Hello everybody, it's CherokeeStarfish, and we are back this week with some more Might and Magic 6. Now, last time that we were together, you may recall that the decision had been made we would tackle the map around Castle Ironfist before we got into the Isle of Mist. And I think that's going to work out because we only need about 1,000 experience points to level up anyway, and we have got quite a few quests that have to do with various areas around Castle Ironfist as well. So we're going to start by just kind of taking out some of these generic baddies that are hanging out in the fields here, and then we're going to go from there, and we'll see what we can do about some of these quests and some of these maybe dungeons in the area around. Now, first things first, of course, we've already got our wizard eye on. Thank you, Tommy. And we can see that there are quite a few of these guys. Now, we did not manage to find a firebolt spell for Debbie yet. We're going to get there. But for now, arrows. Oh, that was a mind blast, so one of these days soon we're going to have to think about getting mind magic for somebody, just for defensive purposes if nothing else. And also, I just want to tell you guys, this has really been great. You know, having you all along, having people participate while I play a game that I dearly love anyway. It's a big part of my childhood. I mentioned this at the end of the last stream, but it really is a very different experience, and I have enjoyed it so far more than I can say, which is why I keep doing it. And, you know, that was my 4th stream. Since I do these once a week, that means that, you know, I've been at this for a month now. And so I feel like that brings us to a point where, as is the nature of man, I am now inarguably not just an expert, but as the terminology we use here in Might and Magic, a master in all things streaming. I'm an old hand at this now. Been doing it forever. My whole life I've been on Twitch streaming, playing this game. And so, as a veteran professional streamer, I have a few tips for you guys today. Things that, just common sense stuff that if you're thinking about doing this yourself, that, you know, someone might not think to tell you because it's a little thing that they've learned that they kind of take for granted. You're going to find guides out there, you're going to find videos and tutorials and suggestions that are going to give you a lot of helpful advice. They're going to say, you know, start slow. They're going to say, take it easy. Pick something that you love to stream, especially if you are going to play a game. They'll tell you, if it's not fun for you, there's no point in doing it. Make it fun for you first. But the thing that I have learned to me that is most valuable here just recently that I want to share with you and that I feel is kind of sort of a hidden tip is don't eat spicy or greasy foods or drink soda right before you stream because, guys, it will come back to bite you. You will almost definitely burp at some point. And it's going to be on the stream. It's going to be live in front of all of the world on the internet. And there's not going to be anything you can do about it because there's just no way that you can mute your mic fast enough. That's not how those things work. And goodness gracious, Tommy, really? Okay, we're not going to blame Tommy for this one. It's not like he's so like, oh, you should be tanking the arrows better. You're getting shot so much. What's your problem? Oh, Lord. Okay. I have perhaps slightly underestimated the power of the lizardman archers. Let's go over here and we'll get Tommy back on his feet. Of course, you'll see he was at -1 health, and so it takes more than that to actually kill a character, which is something we don't ever want to see. But, while they're unconscious, to the best of my knowledge, they don't actually earn any experience points, and I don't want him to miss out. You know, they already have to start the game with different amounts of experience points, and I don't want to make the gap any wider. Truly, they are masters of archery. Sharon, where's your bow? Oh, right. You didn't go to archery lessons.
Hey.
Doodly-doo. Oh, I forgot to do my usual... Here we go. Let me pull these guys up. There is the lizard man, so you can see him. The lizard archer is the second tier palette swap. They're the ones in the red tunics. And eventually, I'm not going to spoil the third tier palette swap because I think there's one over here somewhere and I want you guys to see it. It's so much better if you experience it rather than just being told. So I want to make that happen for you. Unfortunately, this is not like Sid Meier's Civilization 5, where they take an attack penalty for shooting us across a river. But it does help with a little bit of tactical movement. It helps prevent them from, you know, positioning themselves for perhaps optimal archery. There's just so many of them. Yes, Sharon spent all of her skill points on water magic so that she doesn't have to use the stable system. It's overpriced. It's uncomfortable. They do throw in lunch, though. We've learned that. This is kind of like when we were in the abandoned temple. I feel like even Goblin Watch wasn't really that rough. This is the first like real fight we've had where you can see their HP are it's kind of in the threat levels. Doodly doo doo doodly doo. Time to heal our guys up. You have... Oh, no, she doesn't. I thought we got her healing touch. I forgot. He's got healing touch. That's what it is. Well, it doesn't really make that much difference because she has 1 rank in spirit magic anyway, so we'll worry about that later. Yeah, just another army casually standing outside the city. No bigs. And NBD. There we go. I think that's good enough. But just in case it's not. Oh. Wizard eye. Since they're archers, of course, they're not really going to close with us. They're just going to strafe back and forth. So we want to get them at range, just like they're going to get us at range. And you'll see up here, like as I kind of move around, that what will happen is small groups will activate at a time, and it might not pull all of them. If we get too close, then what will happen is we could aggro more monsters than we want to deal with. So I'm just going to do the old, you know, straight creeping. Just move up a step, shoot some arrows, move up a step, shoot some arrows. Lizardmen are a little bit tougher. It looks like they don't have that many hit points, but you'll see, like that was a shot for 12. See, that was 8 and 9, so 17 hit points. So they probably got something like 15 or 20 health, and that means that sometimes, you know, just 4 arrows might not be enough if they roll low. Oh, might have to get closer for those guys. Time for some risky business. Tom Cruise style. Gonna get Scientology up in this bitch. Lay down. Stop shooting me. Stop it. Haha. Frame perfect, or something. You'll notice, too, that they're, like, getting a lot of turns. That's because they're coated with, like, light armor and so forth. So since we have chainmail and stuff, and not everybody is an expert in leather armor or shield or what have you, then that means that their recovery on their arrow attacks, their bow attacks, is a little bit longer. Whereas, because that's pretty much all the lizardmen do, they've got, you know, almost none of that to worry about. Oh, what's this I see? A treasure chest. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, we're hitting them from way downtown. Oh! 360, no scope. One shot, one kill. One shot. There we go. One shot, one kill.
Got that one. That was too.
Hey, there we go. First try. Okay. There's some more. That one won't be shooting anymore. There we go. Poor Lucy, man. She's really tanking it today. Of course, Tommy's getting the crap beaten out of him, too, so... I don't know. He might deserve it, though. There is the lizard archer. I don't know why that's the second-tier lizard man, as if they all weren't archers. I appreciate the spectacularly unsexy lizard men, though. This was in the era before, like, scalies were accepted into the loving and non-judgmental arms of the internet community, I guess. Oh my god, die. Is probably the thought of someone who just heard me say what I said. Serpentine, huh? Now you can hear the sounds they make. They sound kind of like the spiders. Oh, come on. Hit him, Debbie. Ah, Tommy. There we go. Let's get him. Kobe. Alright, now let's loot the bodies. I know that's everyone's favorite part. Oh, I thought that might have been Stephanie. Hi, April! She fell. April fell down. Can't remember. No, I don't want to travel. That's the edge of the map there. I think there may be a chest over there. I'll go over and check later. Right now, let's finish what we came to do. I don't want to get too distracted. Yes, thank you. Yes, the early 2000s hit by famous grunge rock band Drowning Pool, Loot the Bodies. Hit the floor. Alright. Lucy, what's cooking? 3 food. Nice. If you would, please.
Got it.
Haha, it was trapped. A crappy bow that no one's impressed with. A crappy belt that no one's impressed with. A crappy scroll that no one's impressed with. A crappy helmet we're mildly impressed with. Cash. We're always impressed with cash. And, well, hey, you know what? Money is money, you guys. Money is money. I have to try and shift around without making too much noise on the stream. I've got like I know my microphone somehow picks up my mouse clicks. Even with like a windscreen and a pop filter and all those other highly technical gadgets and gizmos that we professional streamers use for all of our professional streaming needs. And it might sometimes pick up the clicks of my keyboard as well. I don't want it to pick up my like just shifting around on the on my chair because I'm sitting crisscross applesauce and like my foot's going to sleep under the keyboard. Why did it take me like 3 tries to pick that up? 2 of them stacked really close together. Don't you hate when like you drop something and it takes you like 12 tries to pick it up? Isn't that just infuriating? I feel like that sometimes with things like this where you'll click like 6 or 7 times on something and it just won't take, and sometimes you're just clicking around it in circles and it's like, why? Why would God do this to me? Yes, we're all very impressed. Oh, those are all the things I just identified, and I gave them to Tommy to carry, because they're garbage. Alright. Well, let's see if that leveled us up. Not quite. How much do we need, then? 153 experience points. That's not much, you guys. So, let's go find some more, and then maybe we can start talking about another level up. Excuse me, excuse me. Ah, yes. Yet another army camped outside of town. These are the cultists of Ba. Those are just followers. The guys with the red sashes there, sort of light red sashes. But these old men who I feel are like vaguely racist interpretations of like Indian gurus or something, maybe. They're really not that bad individually, but they can cast the Mind Blast spell, which it's not too bad, but you'll see that they always come in large groups. You never find like 3 of these guys. There's always, 23 or 30. Thankfully, they all have like 5 hit points, so generally speaking, if you hit them at all, they're going to go down. And most of the time, there's also a pretty good gap between when they cast Mind Blasts. I'm not sure how that's calculated, because I know that enemies don't really have MP the way that, that our gang down here does, but I'm not 100% sure exactly how the game deals with it. I don't get into the programming. There's a Fanatic of Ba. That's our Tier 2. The Black Sash. But all that to say, I'm not sure if they just... Oh, you hear somebody shot one. But we don't know if there's, if there's a cooldown on when they use it, or if they do have MP, and it's just, takes a moment to regenerate. And there's a Mystic of Ba. That is the 3rd tier. The guys in the orange sashes, they're the ones who they'll spam Mind Blast. So I'm going to take him out first, there in the back.
Hey.
Come on, wake back up. Wake back up. We've got to get him expert chainmail. Loot the bodies on the floor. Let the bodies on the floor. More of you, I see.
Hey, got another.
What? Oh. I would be embarrassed if one of them got a hit on us, so I heard them swinging their melee attacks. It's like, what? Okay. Oh, we've got some more of them over here.
Got another.
They're easy to take out, even though they're not worth much, but that's okay, because we also didn't really need a lot, so... There's a lot of them moving around in the background. You'll see, how many are aggroed, because these guys in particular have a pretty, wide pattern. Oh, one of them got us. Well, now that we've torn off that band-aid. It's so satisfying to just have a bunch of them go down in a row like that. Come on. There we go. It's like, you can do it. I believe in you. I know you can die. You just have to believe in yourself. Believe in the me that believes in you. There we go. House cleaning. There we go. Put my back to this little handy corner here. Okay, now, this is really mean, but there's a lot of guys clustered here together. I want to show you guys something cool. Remember this? Well, that's what that spell does. I just wanted to share that. We have to use it at some point. It might as well be now.
Hey.
I don't want to forget these. I have to come back for them later. Or, like, genuinely forget them in case our wizard eye runs out or something. Now, there's a reason why there are so many cultists of Ba around here. And that's because... Well, first of all, they're just, you know, an invasive species, and... You know, they're disrupting the local ecosystem and environment. Come on down! I don't know how he got up there, because I couldn't get up there. Not without a fly spell. But also, see, that right there? That's a temple of Ba. And so there's quite a few of them in this area. I like that they coexist with the lizardmen, you know. They get along.
Got another one.
Got another one. Oh, there's two in a row.
That was too easy.
Come on. There we go. Let's get the high ground here.
That was too easy.
Now you'll see quite a few buildings around here, you know, hanging out in different areas.
Got that one.
And a lot of those are going to be relevant to our quests that we have coming up, so... Yeah, the lizard archers can shoot flaming arrows. They don't do it all the time, but when they do... And for them, it's basically the flame arrow spell, because for all intents and purposes, like, that's what flame arrow is it's a flaming arrow. But for them, they actually treat it like it's a flaming arrow. They're not casting a spell. Alright, let's clean house again. Zoltan can do this. We'll pretend that because he's a cleric, he's actually, like, performing last rites for all of these baddies. He's not. We just need him to identify their stuff. But if anybody asks, like if people from the Union come by, just tell them that. I mean, it counts for something. It's certainly rude. They do probably worship different gods, since, I mean, we're killing all these guys. I doubt he's a Ba cultist. Now, beyond that, I couldn't 100% say. Man, these lizardmen are eating us up. They're the real threat, obviously. Need to focus on them. Come on. And they shoot so much. Well, I mean, everybody worships Beyonce, so, like, that doesn't count. Beyonce is God, capital G. And she exists in all worlds. Okay, let's see. Which one of you did that? You. Okay, I think that might be it, you guys. at least for around here. Now, we'll review our map in just a second. It's starting to get dark, so it might be wise to kind of head back to town. Maybe grab some rest. So, first though, since we got to go past them anyway, these are the Dragoon's Caverns. Now, that is one of the quests that we have. Here we go. The harp. That, remember, other Zoltan, like, not cool Zoltan, but other Zoltan, wanted Mordred, right? And so the Dragoons are like the guys that keep like hitting all these caravans and taking their stuff. So they got Zoltan's dagger. Andrew Besper here, they got his harp, and that's where it's at. Let's see. That's Zoltan's quest. The Shadow Guild hideout is here. It was up in that first area where we fought all of the lizardmen. Let's see. Chime of Harmony, that's in the temple. So we've got at least 3 or 4 quests here. So we're going to run back, and I'm almost positive, yeah, we're ready to train. Now we have quite a bit of money, and it's only 1 level because I'm sure that we don't have enough cash, or not enough cash, but rather enough experience points to train up all the way to level 8. Do we? We shouldn't, surely. No, okay, we need like 6,000 more experience. So, let's see. Is there an inn down here? Yes, there is. Janine the Carpenter, get out of my way. Excuse me.
Hello,
Okay.
come on in.
Yes.
Coming right up. Enjoy your stay.
We have to have a good time,
Hello,
guys.
come on in.
Okay. Let's sell our crap. Move this up now. And, okay, good. She's got it all. Let's pop in here.
Looking for a weapon?
I don't know.
Now, this is actually a great chance to show you guys this. I think I may have mentioned it before, but if you have items of the same type that are in your backpack, and some of them are identified and some of them are unidentified, you can kind of cheat and tell whether the unidentified ones are magical or not if they're the same price, because the shopkeeper knows, and they will offer you a little more anyway, even if the item's unidentified. But since, see, this one is non-magical and it's 48 gold, so that one's also non-magical. It's not really like, you know, cheesing the game or anything, but...
Don't touch the merchandise.
Let's see, do you have anything worth our while? Not really.
Come back soon.
I did, as I clicked out here, I did see, yeah, that's a 2nd tier crossbow. 4d2 plus 3.
See ya, cheapskate.
Oh,
How rude.
I forgot about that. I didn't realize that we were to that point yet. I thought that it was a little bit further away from us. Okay, so, if you have more than 10,000 gold at one time, and you go into a shop, and you do not conduct any business, if you sell things, it's okay. But if you don't buy anything, or sell anything, or purchase any kind of repair or identification services, you don't spend any money, you just come in and browse, and then you leave, the shopkeepers get mad.
See you, tightwad.
See?
How rude.
Looking for a weapon?
Okay, 4d2 plus 3. We don't want that. That's not as good as our other bows.
See ya, cheapskate.
How rude.
It's kind of funny, but I do get tired of hearing it. But that's alright, because generally, I mean, we're not going to go into a shop unless we're going to conduct some business, so it's mostly okay. Now, again, normally I would go to New Sorpagal and do this, but then we'd have to take the stable back. It would waste time because we can't town portal to Castle Ironfist, which is ridiculous, but there you go.
Hello.
Let's see. This is Expert Axe. Oh, that's because that's the front door. We have to go around to the back for some reason. Here we go, the Royal Gymnasium. This is the training area for this.
Hey, looking to trade?
There we go. See how much more expensive it is? Now, as far as I'm aware, because I have gotten to pretty high levels in this game, there are only 1 or 2 places you can go that do not have a cap. There are some places, such as New Sorpagal, where to encourage you to move on to other parts of the game and to not just grind. At a certain point, they cap out, and their instructor cannot train you anymore. Yeah, Earl of Grey. And so, Castle Ironfist is a bit more expensive than some of the other training areas. Not all of them, but some of them. But it is one of the ones that I know for sure does not cap out, or if it does, it's higher than I've ever, at whatever level I've achieved. Now, since we only have one level to train, we're just going to go ahead and do it here.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
There we go. Alright. Time passages. Alright, we're back at that exciting point in the game, kids, where it's time to spend some skill points before we go do anything else. So, why don't you help me do that? First things first, let's save Tommy for last. How about Zoltan? He's got 5 points. So at this point, he could raise any of his skills by 1 rank, but only 1 skill. So we've got Body Magic Expert, of course, is a possibility, or we could raise any of these, including some of these where he's already rank 4 to rank 5. But then he's going to be tapped. Chain. Yeah, we do want to get rid of that recovery penalty. However, consider he only needs 1 rank to become an expert in body magic. But I think chain is a good second. So, because again, we do want to we want to lose that recovery penalty. So we're leaning towards chain definitely then. I won't try to talk you out of it. I'm just presenting options. All right, chain going once. Going twice, going thrice, just because nobody ever says that word often enough, and it's like foodstuffs. I think thrice should just be said more often. So, all right, I see no objections, so we're going to go with chain. That's going to a chain reaction. Lord, that's going to leave him with 2 points for the next level, so he should have 7 again, or 7 when we get to the next one. All right, 5 points for Lucy. So we could make her a perception, plate, or bow expert with a single rank, or we could raise any of these others up a rank, or we could put a rank or 2 ranks even in spirit magic or repair. What do you think? Do you want to raise one of these to expert? You want to put a level in sword so that we can get closer to dual wielding? You want to become plate experts in the plates. That's true. Yeah, yeah, she is taking a lot of hits, but her magic is crap. Now, on the other hand, you know, she's not doing a lot of magic right now. The others are kind of carrying it. There will come a time when we're going to need her help too. So, is that today? Do you guys want to go ahead and start doing that? Or do we want to finish off like one of these others? Okay. We've got plate or sword. And we've got spirit magic. Plate? Okay. Alright, let's do plate, because that will reduce her recovery penalty, and also the plate expert, or one of the plate experts, is actually here in Ironfist. So let's do that. Plate. Alright, and Debbie, where are you? Okay, guys. We're 1 rank away from expert water magic, you guys. But there's also plenty of other stuff that we can do here. We haven't put any ranks in diplomacy. Of course, we've not super needed it, but that's more of an in-character thing. What are you guys feeling here? Take a look. Dun 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 dun. My lips got dry. I can't whistle. I played myself. Now, of course, I mean, I'm gonna vote for water magic. You know me. You know, I wanna do that, but a couple ranks in dagger, and she'll be able to dual wield as well, which is gonna be handy. Okay, we've got dagger or water magic. So, I mean, like, if I've got to break a tie, I'm gonna go with water. So, what do you guys say? Water? Water? Okay. Water it is. Now, the water expert is a little bit harder to find. You'll notice that in New Sorpagal, where they had all of those basic level skill teachers for different magics, water was not one of them. So, we'll deal with that in a minute. Okay. So, now, Tommy. Tommy is a body magic expert. Tommy is an earth magic expert. Tommy is one rank away from an air magic expert, which could be very helpful, especially because we've been using Wizard Eye a lot. It's lasting longer now, but we also know that as we level up air magic, it's going to change the effects of our spells. And so that means that we can count on Wizard Eye showing us a little bit more, showing us like treasure chests or things like that. So, what do you guys think? Of course, all of these skills need to go up at some point. Staff and bow would be helpful. Leather's going to help because he took a beating too, guys. So, air or staff, air expert. Okay, well, if we've got kind of a tie in interests, then I'm going to go ahead and say air. I'm always going to, pardon the pun, I'm always going to err on the side of finishing off a skill that's like 1 or 2 ranks away from as an improvement, like expert or master or grandmaster, rather than dumping more points into one that's nowhere near ready to be trained up. So we'll do air. And ta-da! That leaves him with 3 points, which we can still put in staff, bow, or leather. So what are you guys thinking? Leather? That will add directly to his armor class. And of course, he's our other healer, too, our other main healer. So reducing that recovery penalty is going to be good, even though leather armor has the least recovery penalty. Leather? All right. Okay. Well. That pretty much takes care of us here. Okay, so let's see. We need air magic, and we know that there is an air magic expert in New Sorpagal. I don't know if I took you guys to meet them. They live upstairs above the bank. We need water magic expert. We need plate expert. And we need... Let's see. He didn't actually achieve a new level in where he needs expert, so he's good. Okay, so plate is here. Air, we can go back to New Sorpagal. Now, water magic. Water magic, there are always 2 experts for every skill, and then 1 master, which is usually a little harder to find. There is a water magic expert in New Sorpagal, but they don't live in town. The other one is in Freehaven, and I'm tempted to go to Freehaven because I would like to shop for some spells, because if she's going to be a water and fire magic expert, if he's going to be an air magic and earth magic expert, it's time to buy them some magic, guys. And then we can talk about, I think, picking out a dungeon. Let's really quickly see.
See you, tightwad.
Yeah, well, I didn't think he'd have anything good. Oh, interesting note, by the way.
See anything you like?
Alchemists, right? You'll notice that alchemists are the most polite of the shopkeepers. Alchemists, for whatever reason, and because there are so many different alchemists and so many different characters and like themes of shop and so forth, I have to assume it's intentional. That for whatever reason, the developers chose that alchemists do not mock you for being rich and not buying anything. They are polite and they just let you leave. They have good chemistry. God. Well, it's been a great stream, you guys. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing this for as long as it lasted. Oh, okay. Here's something I think that we probably are going to have to buy. Yeah. Okay, so this cloak is not great, but check out this enchantment. half damage from all missile attacks. Now that is not magical missiles, that's not spells, but all arrows, thrown knives, thrown rocks, that kind of stuff, half damage. We can easily afford that. Let's see. We've got a +5 cape. That's what I thought. We still have a couple of people who have kind of crummy capes, and even these +5, like that's +2 to AC over the Phantom Cloak. But I would take half damage from all non-magical missile attacks over just +2 to AC. So
See anything you like?
we're gonna pop back in. I'm gonna grab that.
Thanks. Come again.
And who should we give that to? Let's see. Half damage from all missile attacks. Let's see who's got the most hit points. 46, 46, 64, 46. Okay. And of course we know these two are the hardest to hurt. Although, well, her AC is really good. They have the least hit points. Her AC is much better. So we could maybe give it to Tommy and then give his cape to, like, say, to Lucy for now. Because he was taking a beating, and he's one of our healers. He's got the lightest armor, and he's got the fewest hit points, and he's got, like, the broadest magical skills. So it might be, if he's going to keep jumping in front of arrows, it might be a wise decision to give that to him. Alright, we're going to put that on him, and we're going to give this to Lucy. Because her AC somehow is still lower than Zoltan's. Now it's the same. Okay.
See anything you like?
Alright, let's sell all of this.
Thanks. Come again.
Okay. On the road again. Okay, so right over here is where the armor experts live in Ironfist. There's almost like this little separate village on the other side of the stables. I mentioned it before, but each one of these is an armor expert. Shield, plate, leather, and chain.
How are ya?
See? I can never remember which is which.
How are ya?
There's expert chain. I think this is plate.
How are ya?
Yeah, this is plate. There we go. So,
Yes.
Shazowie.
Hello.
And I'll stop in here just so that he can tell us about Bronwyn, who is the shield master. Okay, so Lucy is now an expert in plate, which means her recovery penalty has been drastically reduced for wearing plate armor that normally would slow her down, and her skill rank continues to add directly to her AC. So as we keep raising that, that'll still go up. Alright, now, let's see. Sharon, if you would please. Let's go back to New Sorpagal. Now, you would think that the Isle of Mist would have a water magic expert, and it does have a water magic guild, but it does not have a water magic expert. Which I think is weird because it's one of the early level, towns. Now, you'll notice, see, air magic expert, right? And there's no way to actually get up there. I don't know how Patty the apprentice got up there. Presumably she's that guy's apprentice, and so she's got enough air magic to make it. So what I usually do is I have to find... there's a place where it kind of... there's a graphical glitch where if you get it just right, the door kind of clips through. Oh, there we go. There it is. Aha! You see it flickering there. I just have to find the sweet spot. There we go. See? And now, because this is out of the way, we can clip through and we can click on the house.
Hello.
Ta-da! And that is how we become air magic experts. Thank you, Cheryl Duncan.
Yes.
Yeah, and actually, there are other places in the game where graphical glitches like this are going to occur. This one, I'm not 100% sure if it's on purpose, because you'll see this little bit right here kind of clips out first, almost like it's to give you an indication that it's there. So I don't know if that's on purpose, to give people who don't have the jump or fly spells a way to access the Air Magic Expert early in the game. I'm really not sure if that's intentional, but it's a neat little, very specific and thematic glitch that helps us out now. Yeah, I kind of doubt it. Alright, so, here's where we're going to go now. We've got to head this way. And of course, you guys remember over here where we killed a bunch of mages and everything. We're going to follow the beach around this way. And we're going to find that island again, because we are a little bit stronger than we were. Hi, Falagar. And Kim the cartographer. She must be out here mapping his location. Tommy, wizard eye, please. Ah, see, now, see all those blue dots? Those are treasures lying on the ground. Any item lying on the ground we can pick up will appear as a dark blue dot, just like enemies will appear as a red dot if they're alive or a yellow one if they're dead. Speaking of which, you can see a couple of yellow ones where we shot over there earlier. So, we're going to cast Protection from Fire. That's going to last for 4 hours, and it's going to give us a bit of fire protection here. +8. That's not a lot, but it's better than nothing. And that will help from the mages that are shooting fire bolts at us and the goblin kings that are shooting fire bolts at us. Oh, there's that third tier mage. He shoots lightning bolts, which is not great, so... Oh, yeah, so in fact, we're also going to do this. And that way we've got protection from electricity as well. And then we're going to take him out next. Come on, big guy, go down. Go down. Oh my goodness gracious. There we go. Man, he was a toughie. He was just... The arrows were just bouncing off of him. Okay, now, I'm going to do something that I don't really like to do, but it is doable. You cannot swim in this game. If you get in the water, you will start to drown. Water is death, the floor is lava. It's kind of dumb. That's why there is a water walking spell. But since we can't fly or jump very much right now, what you can do is, see, if I just walk against the water, you'll hear my damp little footsteps. But I just kind of like walk up against it. They won't willingly go into... There's an invisible wall there. But if I jump, I can hop that and I can run across. And we will take damage as we run, but we won't drown. So that's what we're going to do to get to that island. There we go. See, it was only a little bit. It wasn't that bad. Well, that's one. Oop. Oh no. I think I might have still been standing in the water. Let's heal a little bit here as we go. This may not have been as smart of a decision as I wanted it to be, but we'll live one way or the other. We'll get there. There we go. We'll just we just need some cover. I'm also circling them to get to them to kind of like group up a little bit. There we go. And now we'll use this house as cover and we'll fight them a few at a time. You can't stop a lightning bolt from hitting because one of the features of the lightning bolt spell is that it always hits. Oh my god. Okay, well, hey, close to melee range. That sounds great. There we go.
Got that
They're much better fighters, you know, in melee than they are in at range. So, come on. Oh my God, he's a wizard. He has 2 hit points. Kill him. We want to make sure they don't flank us too badly. There we go. See, this is already going much better than it was. Did you hit me with your wizard stick? How dare you? Okay. Heal a little bit. Do 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 do. Oh, that was a mistake. That wizard or that mage close to melee. There we go. And see, everything's fine. This is fine. This is fine. It's fine. Oh, did they finally? Yeah, he finally flanked us. Oh, well, 1 pixel's all we need, you guys. His lightning bolt won't do him any good around that corner. There's another one. Let's get him next. Haha. All right. Nice. See, this is going so much better now all of a sudden. But you can see why we didn't want to come over here earlier. We could have done this sooner, but even, you know, at level 7, it's already kind of a pain. So if we had been level 1 or 2, it would have been a real pain. Hey, come back here. There. Okay, there we go, guys. Alright, this island is cleared. Now, why did we do this? Why did we come over here? Well, we were in New Sorpagal anyway. We'd already kind of started it, and I hate to leave things unfinished. But mostly it's because in that little house over there, the one that we took cover behind, that's where one of the water magic experts lives.
How are you?
See?
Okay.
And Harper Collins is the master of water magic. Now, he lives in Mist. That does make sense, but that neither of the experts do is a little odd. And we get a nice treasure chest out of it.
Got it.
Hey. Oh, look!
Ah.
Cool! Armor upgrade for Tommy.
Ah.
That makes it all worth it.
Ah.
And another second tier staff that, you know, we're not going to use that because he's already got one, but still. Okay. There we go. Nice. Nice little boost. +4. Yeah, that was a little scary for a moment, but we got through it. We got through it. We always do. Unless we blow ourselves up, we don't really die. And yeah, it does kind of make sense that they live on an island off the coast of town. I mean, it kind of does. I think it's neat that they hid them out here because, you know, it's kind of like they want you to have the jump spell to be able to access the air magic expert. So they expect you to have water walk to get to the water magic expert. There's some sense in it. Okay. Now this is a shrine. We can pray here. It's not going to do anything right now, and the reason why is because it is March, and March is not the month of luck. But we have 7 stats, of course, and then we also have got 5 resistances. Well, there's 12 months in the year. You might ask, Cherokee, what does that matter? What does that have to do with anything? I'm going to tell you. 7 plus 5 is 12, for those of you who, like most of us, are bad at math. So each of these 7 stats and each of these 5 resistances has their own shrine somewhere out in one of the maps of the world. And when you visit that shrine during the associated month, if you pray, you get a permanent +10 to that stat. if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure it's plus 10. Oh, yeah. Well, guys, unless we camp here, Sharon is out of teleports. So that means that we're going to have to go back across the hard way. I'm not a big fan of that, and I'll tell you why. It's because we now have our air magic, our water magic, and our plate expert, which means our next task was to go shopping anyway, and thanks to this cook pot and that other one that we found, we have some extra food. So since our jewels are green, I'm just going to go ahead and camp. There we go. And that wasn't quite enough. We'll camp until dawn. There we go. Now she's got her town portal spell back. We're going to hop over to Freehaven. Because Freehaven, of course, has a bunch of elemental guilds. We're going to go visit a few of those. Because I believe that we should be members of all of them by now. Like, for example, see, here's the Guild of Earth. And so, as I explained before, a guild dedicated to a specific school of magic is going to have a broader selection of spells, and you're more guaranteed to find something that you want, that you're hunting for. Also, I'm gonna, as I wait for the alchemist to open and do a little bit of shopping, I'm gonna be quiet for a minute so you guys can enjoy part of this music, because this is my favorite track on the Might Magic 6 soundtrack. So, enjoy. Alright, let's see what they've got here. These are the high-level spells. See, like, there's Town Portal right there. There's Ice Blast. Water Walk, that would have been useful a minute ago. Poison Spray. Ice Bolts. We could use that. But that's not what we're here for. Even though Ice Bolt is a great attack spell, because you can see there, it always hits. Fairly cheap, only costs 8 points. 1 to 7 per point of skill in water magic. I'd like to get her Firebolt first, because due to the amount of SP that she has at the moment, Firebolt's going to be a little more economical. You'll also see here, we can finally pick up the learning skill here. And that's something we might want to do sometime soon for everybody, because learning, you will recall, is the skill that directly increases or multiplies how many experience points you get. So the earlier you get it in the game, the more benefits you get from it. But also, we're looking here, that would be 4,500, that would be, so 56, that'd be most of our money if we do that and pick up that skill, and then it would only be at rank 1 to start. So we have to consider our cash, and we need to do what we came here to do first. So let's see. There's the Body Guild. Here's the Earth Guild. Let's see what they have. Mass Distortion. Turn to Stone. Also a great spell. We're not ready for that level of magic yet, I don't think. Deadly Swarm is not bad. Now, this is actually an interesting spell. It's actually pretty good, because it summons insects. The Swarm pretty much always hits. And it deals relatively low damage, but the damage from the spell is physical damage like an attack, as opposed to pure, like, magical earth damage. And so that means that earth magic resistance doesn't apply to it. And that's pretty great. Rock Blast. Blades is another great spell. Now, its chance to hit relies on earth magic, which means we're not going to pick that up for Tommy just yet. But it hits pretty hard. This is effectively, this is the Ice Bolt of the earth magic skill. Deadly Swarm's not bad. But again, let's see. Let's look into air magic first. Also, I want to stop here at the
See
alchemist
anything
shop.
you like?
Let's see if we can find a good deal. And yes, it is basically summon bees. Stone skin. This is another great spell, and they're selling it for cheaper than we could buy it at the Earth Guild. We might consider that. Let's see. Valuable ring. All rings are valuable. Joke's on you. Armored boots. Not bad. Elven cloak. See, this is one of those I was talking about before. Resistant to diseases. So it makes you directly resistant to a status effect without actually having a resistance stat. Claw amulet. Lunar ring. Cardinal Cloak of Precision. That's a pretty good cloak, but and that's a pretty good bonus to accuracy. But we're not going to drop 5,000 gold on something like that. Not right now when we came here for spells first. I just want to see if there are really any unbeatable deals that we absolutely have got to spend the money on and maybe change what we're doing. Because if we're going to come to Freehaven anyway. Okay. I think we can leave without that. So let's go over here to the Air Guild.
Air, the magic of light.
Okay, there we go. Lightning bolt. Force lightning. The sorcerer's darling. I still call it that even in like Dungeons and Dragons, and this is why. It always hits and does 1 to 8 points of damage per point of skill in air magic. So that's really great. Implosion, jump. Featherfall, a very useful spell that we may need sometime soon. Starburst, that's the one we cast earlier, of course, from that scroll. Shield, that affects the entire party now that he is an expert, and it halves damage from incoming ranged attacks. So basically it does what his cloak does for the whole party as long as the spell lasts. I like their explanation of it too. It thickens the air and causes some causes stuff to slow down like right as it hits, right before. Here's the Guild of Fire.
Magic of destruction.
Protection from fire, torchlight, inferno, haste. Inferno, fireball. The other sorcerer's favorite. That's our first AoE, guys. That's really good. There we go. I kind of jumped over it and then came back because I was worried it wouldn't be Firebolt. Oh my god. This is the old reliable of the Sorcerer's Arsenal. 1 to 4 points of damage per point of skill in fire magic. It always hits as far as I know. Casting cost is low, so it's safe. It's effective. It's ours, you guys. Okay, so Debbie.
Yes.
That's going to be her new quick spell.
Okay.
And, you know, I'm thinking that because the casting cost is low for it too, and it's very similar,
The magic of strength.
I think that the best choice right now for Tommy might be Deadly Swarm. So let's grab that too.
Yes.
Because he's not quite ready for Lightning Bolt. He's only got 73 spell points, so that means that he has fewer than 10 Lightning Bolts in him, and he might need that magic to heal with as well. We're going to have to start looking into the meditation skill sometime soon, you guys. Sometime soon. And that is something that we can pick up here from any of the individual Divine Magic guilds, as we saw back in Ironfist. So since we're going to go back to Ironfist, we've got the option to do that. Alright, so he's got Deadly Swarm. I'm going to set that as his quick spell, rather than Cure Wounds. Well, no, he's still healing. I'll leave that as his quick spell for now, and we'll just cast this when we need to. Okay, well, we got what we came for, and we have a little bit of money left. So, what should we do with it? What do you think? We've got 6,000 gold left. We don't really need an equipment upgrade at the moment. And we're going to have a little bit more money left. Actually, I forgot because we need to sell that stuff too. So that'll at least pay for a trip home. Do you guys want to pick up another skill while we have it available? Because we go back to Ironfist, they have the 3 Initiate Divine guilds. So we can get Meditation, and it might even be for a slightly cheaper price. And eventually we'll want everyone to have that. And we could just go ahead and get it for everybody so that they do have it, because everyone's a spellcaster. Or we could go to one of the elemental guilds, which they don't have an Iron Fist, and we could get the learning skill for everybody so that they start gaining more experience points, so we start leveling up faster. What do you think? Learning? Yeah, it's pretty expensive, but once you have it, of course, it's paid for. And that's kind of how I'm leaning as well. More experience points are always more better. Yep. And meditation will get there, but keep in mind, meditation is retroactive. It multiplies the spell points you already have based on your class, as well as new spell points that you gain from additional levels. The learning skill does not do that. It only works as the experience points are like incoming. So, you guys want to pick up the learning skill? Is that where we're at? All right. Let's see. I think I added that up. 1,500, 3,000, 4,500, 56, 55. So we do have enough to do that and then to get back to Ironfist because we will have to take the stables. All right. Learning. Learning. We're learning, you guys. Oh, we're learning so much. There we go. Ta-da! The learning skill. Now we can actually see a detailed explanation of it. Every point of skill is a % of awarded experience given as a bonus, and the starting bonus of 9%, so that means that a single rank, like just having the skill and having one rank in it, gives you a 10% bonus on all experience earned. So that's pretty great. That means that you see down there, as it increases to expert and master, it doubles and triples the effect of the skill. So there you go. Alright, well, let's head back over this way. We'll pop over to the shops again. And we don't have a lot of cash left, but that's okay because we're about to have a little bit more. We'll sell that staff and this armor.
Don't touch the merchandise.
At least we don't have to listen to them complain about us being a tightwad anymore, right?
Come back soon.
Finest weapons in the land.
There we go. They don't really have anything we wanted to buy anyway, so that works out. That way I don't feel bad about not having any money, and I think I just hit my head on their shingle. Alright, let's see. No, we definitely don't want to go to Darkmoor. Oh, not yet, we don't. Darkmoor, if Darkmoor sounds foreboding to you, good. Darkmoor does indeed bode. In fact, it might be more than foreboding. It might be 5 or 6 boding.
Finest armor in the land.
I came over here out of habit.
Looking for a weapon?
I shouldn't have shown my hand that I remembered that there were weapon shops over here. Oh, although they do have all these precision bows, which are great. We might buy one of those before we leave. Let's see where the stable takes us.
Need a ride?
To Whitecap. Nah. Well, here's what we're going to do. Precision bow, precision bow. We're going to buy one of those. And let's see. She's got one. Everybody else has an elven bow. Our accuracy is largely the same at this point. He has the least attack spells. Now, both of them have a decent attack spell. So I'm going to pop this over here onto Zoltan.
Looking for a weapon?
And we'll sell that back.
Come again.
There we go. And now we will sleep in the street. Ah! Damn it, Stephanie. Well, Stephanie's come a long way. She used to be a ditch digger, and now she's a factor, which is like the kind of like a banker, but half as good. So, well, what was I doing? Oh, let me see if that changed what the stables are doing. That's Blackshire. We don't want to go to Blackshire. I love that she just looks kind of skeptical about being tired. Everyone else looks exhausted. She just looks like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Need a ride?
Silver Cove. Okay. Well, Sharon, do your work. There we go. Now we'll come over here, and this stable will take us to Ironfist because that's the only... Oh, I hate you. That's about the only place that it goes.
Hello, come on in.
Well, she definitely needs a drink now.
Enjoy your stay. Need a ride?
There we
Hitch
go.
up the horses.
Alright, guys. We're back. So, I'm going to let you guys pick real quick. We've done quite a bit. There's more that we could do. Let's pick a quest. Let's do another dungeon. We've got the Chime of Harmony from the Temple of Ba. They want that over in New Sorpagal. The Dragoon's Caverns, down there to the south, has Andrew Besper's harp that he's willing to give us a hefty reward for. Then there's the Shadow Guild hideout, where Sherry, the healer, needs to be rescued and taken back to New Sorpagal, and they're going to give us a reward there as well. So, what are you guys feeling? Do you want to do the Temple of Ba, the Dragoon's Taverns, or the Shadow Guild hideout? That's true, that's fair. We have been dealing with the cult a lot. Does that mean that you want to deal with the cult more, or you want to deal with them less? The temple? Okay. Now, I have to warn you, since you have picked the temple, that it's probably not going to be quite what you expect. Now, the cult has already attacked us. We know that they're bad guys, and we've seen that, you know, they're involved in the treason, the disappearance of the king, and all this other stuff. But it's not quite... It's not going to be what you think it is, not in here.
I got a bad feeling about this place.
As you should, Z. Okay, so... First things first, let's get our wizard eye on. You'll see what I mean. Alright, guys, what do you think? We've got to start somewhere. There's 4 big caverns here, and then these other doors will open later. Listen to that sinister friggin' music, too. So, we need to pick a hole. So what do you guys want? Top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. Northwest? Alright, northwest. No objections. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I was already on the right person. This is the spooky hole. More spiders. I'm sorry that I didn't warn you guys beforehand, so... Yep. Trigger warning here. Oh my god, kill it. They seem to have a theme, don't they, where wherever you go, their temples are just kind of infested. Ah, remember her? Oh, also up here, see this? There we go. That's another effect of being expert arrow magic. I told you guys that would happen. So now we can see where our arrows and spells are being shot at, and we'll be able to see incoming arrows and spells as well. I'm going to use arrows as much as I can here to preserve our spell power as much as I can. We do have a cure poison spell. Tommy learned that. Well. Oh man. I can't hardly keep track of which ones I've hit and which ones I haven't. This is going to be like our first really big dungeon where we're probably going to wind up having to rest inside the dungeon and stuff like that. This is where it starts getting serious, you guys. Yep, see, there we go. Come on, Lucy. At least we can't get double poisoned. And if I can just scare them away at this point, that's alright, because then we can finish them off with arrows. Okay. Here we go. He was poisoned first. There we go. See, you can see what a big chunk of his spell points that takes. Okay, we know they ran this way. We'll just keep an eye out. Oh boy. I don't like this. See, these rooms are huge, and they are just full of spiders. I hate when you kill spiders and they flip over like that. See, their dead red eyes keep staring. It's horrible. Our jewels are actually green right now. That's not necessarily because there are no enemies left. It's because this room is so big. Yeah, see that they're too far away to trigger our character's awareness. It's alright.
Got another one.
It's alright. We're professional spider killers at this point, right, guys? I mean, we took out the spider queen, so...
Got another one.
There we go. There we go. Fewer spiders than there were, and that's generally a good thing. Now, I'll be the first person to say spiders have their place. Out in the natural world, you know. But their place is not, you know, fangs deep in my torso, for sure. Especially not if they are chihuahua-sized spiders, or larger. Alright, Lucy, percept. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Does he have spirit magic? Yes. Remove that curse. There's nothing in there. Okay, here we go. A trash heap. Tommy. No, I'm joking. He doesn't have perception. Cookpot. There we go. Some food. I think that's probably the next thing we should do for Lucy is become expert in perception, maybe. Nothing here. Remember the barrels? See, this is magical brew, so that will give us magic resistance. And everyone's magic resistance should be the same, so who do you guys think should get the magic resistance? It's only going to be like +1. Oh my gosh. Physics! Physics. Zoltan? That makes sense. We don't want our cleric to die from a big old spell. Okay. There we go. See, +1 magic resistance. +1 magic resistance. Skull pile of weakness. Lord. I'm so sorry, Lucy. But there could be treasure in there. God. They jump really high. Their jewels are yellow. Notice that. Don't like that. You know what? If there is anything in there, I feel like we're not going to find it. I don't think her perception's high enough. Well, we're down under 4,000. Okay, which one of these awful caverns were you going to send me down next? Huh? Northeast, southwest, or southeast? Southwest? Alright, southwest it is. The lack of music now is disturbing. Oh, they came to meet us this time. They heard the noise in the other room.
Got another one.
I'm not really afraid of the little brown ones now, except through quantity, but the black and red ones still put up quite a bit of a fight. We don't want to get surrounded. Okay. And I realize right now, you know, like, it's probably not the most supremely entertaining expenditure of your time to, like, watch me do the same sort of combat over and over, where I'm just kind of back up and shoot and run around and shoot and back up and shoot a little, and I'm not casting a lot of flashy spells and stuff. As I said at the beginning of this, you know, the bow is a stand-in for a lot of your early level magic because you just simply don't have spell points. You know, when we get more spell points, you will see me constantly spewing lightning bolts and ice bolts and stuff. Those will become basically our normal attacks. And it won't be that much longer, actually, before that starts to happen. And also, if I know that we're probably going to rest in a relatively short time, like if it's coming up on, we're starting to get low on resources, and we know that we're going to camp to heal anyway, then I have no reason to conserve those spell points. That's like sitting on a bunch of healing potions in Dungeons and Dragons and not using them. And so I've learned better than that. And we will spew some spells if we need to. Oh, you guys. Looks like we might actually have someone to fight down here. Look at that. An acolyte of Ba and a priest of Ba. That's basically a boss monster right now. Let's regroup. Okay. We're going to put on protection from electricity because they were hitting us with lightning bolts. That means they're probably not going to want to close with us, so we're going to have to go to them. Let's deal with these spiders first.
Hey.
Looks like there's a couple of them back there. 3 acolytes and a priest. I think that may have done it for the spiders, though, so let's see. No cover, unfortunately. We're just going to have to shoot at them, guys. But this is where our magic comes in. So let's have Debbie try out her new spell. Firebolt. Oh, good solid hit for 11 damage. That's pretty good. Ouch. Oh, there's a flying fist in there somewhere. You guys are on heal duty. Oh, thank you, Tommy. That protection from electricity is actually a big help. Let's try a deadly swarm. There we go. That took one of them out. Firebolt again. That's two. Good job, dude. Here we go. Healing. Oh, man. Here comes that lightning bolt. I think we're going to have to close with this guy and get him in melee. His magic's too powerful. Okay, here we go. What do you say we beat the crap out of this dude? Yeah, that's a solid hit. Come on, Lucy. Get you a piece, girl. There we go. 22 damage. She knows what she likes. 17, 14. Oh, do it for the children. He's beating up your little boy.
Alright, we got him.
There we go. Okay, but see now, look how low our spell points have gotten. That's probably the worst that it's been, honestly. So we're just not gonna leave those skull piles alone. Magical brew, steaming brew, magical brew. Magical brew, magical brew. Steaming brew gives you fire resistance. Who should have that? Should we make Tommy less flammable? Lucy, perhaps? Or is it Debbie? What are we feeling? Talk amongst yourselves while I heal a little bit. Some healing for you. Healing for you. Yeah, Tommy's done pretty good. You want to make him a little more fire resistant, a little less flammable? Or more inflammable? Alright. Let's cook pot. Anything in the garbage? No. Anything in this garbage? No. I feel like there should be. I wonder if that patch maybe changed that. Could be. I still haven't read everything that it does, so. I have the latest version, but of course different versions of the patch are going to do different things. Let's pick up these last couple of spiders here. Alright, now guys, I think that we're going to have to rest. I don't think we have much choice. We'll see this is mysterious. Our jewels are yellow if we stand in the center of the cavern, and there's nothing here. No, wait. Oh, there is something here. There's a spider we forgot. There he is. Whoa, way up there. There we go. Now our jewels are green. Stop it, physics. Okay. I think we're going to have to rest. We've got plenty of food. We've got 35. It only takes 2 food to rest and heal for 8 hours. But our healers here, they're almost out of spell points. I don't think they can go much further. Debbie's doing okay, so that use of her firebolt was pretty solid. But I think that we're probably going to have to heal. Alright, let's get our torchlight and our wizard eye back up immediately. And since it lasts about the same amount of time, in case we run into those guys again, we're going to go ahead and do another protection from electricity as well. Alright, where are we going next? Southeast or northeast? I'll go ahead and head for that side. Up or down? Up or down? Better 1 or 2? They're probably both equally horrible. I'm just going to suggest that. Also, wow, the surround sound on this headset is really good because as I turn this way, I'm actually hearing, yeah, the explosion on the other side of that door. If I turn this way, I hear it in my left ear. Oh, that's really cool. This is such a good headset, you guys. Southeast. Southeast. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What do you want to bet is in this room? You think it's more spotters? You're wrong. So, meet a new enemy, guys. Our first undead of the game. Yep. Skeletons. And skeleton knights. This is what I meant when I said that this dungeon would be a little bit different. There's not going to be as many cultists of Ba as you might have been hoping. There's going to be a lot of these guys. No, unfortunately, these guys are not as friendly as Papyrus. They do not have spaghetti to share with us. Oh, and also, here's a skeleton lord. They are the worst. There we go. Now, one of the reasons that skeletons are really bad, this is a large bony boy, is because all undead have some kind of special ability, right? The special ability of skeletons is that they can curse you, just like we got cursed out there from that that skull pile. Probably these are where the skulls are coming from, I guess. Now, the lower tier of skeletons have a very small chance. They're almost unable to do it. In fact, I can't actually definitively say that the regular white skeletons can do it because I can't recall a time when I've seen it happen, for sure. But the yellow ones have a small chance of doing it. The skeleton lords have like a fairly reasonable chance of cursing you when they hit you. And if they land like a critical hit or something, then you're really going to feel it. Thankfully, they're fairly fragile. Like they're more durable than some enemies that we've faced. But they're still, see, they go down fairly quick. Oh, see, there we go. She got cursed. And the thing is, Zoltan can uncurse her, but we don't dare try. Oh, man. See, look there. Now I have to. It's because if she gets hit again, he'll have wasted the spell points. Thankfully, it's only 5. There we go.
Hey.
There we go again. He's going to uncurse his other mom. Being cursed sucks because it basically just ruins everything you try to do. All of your spells will fizzle, all of your attacks will miss, you will critically hit less often and get critically hit more often. Your stuff will break when you get hit. Yeah, curses suck. Uh-oh. Look at that. Wonder who's been raising those skeletons. It's these guys. No surprise. That's alright. We're a little more confident now. We've got something for them. Bam. Let's have another deadly swarm, too. Those guys don't seem to be going down as easy. There we go. That's one of them. That's a good thing we put on protection from electricity. Oh. Let's try and take these guys out. Well, that's probably another one. I think.
Got another one.
There we go. Come on, Zoltan. Did you get him? Yes, he got him, but not before the guy got his lightning bolt off, unfortunately. So we got hit again. That's okay, though. that didn't go too badly. Could have gone better, but definitely could have gone worse. And now that the ranged attackers are gone, I think it's worth probably throwing some fire at these guys to take them down quicker. Because you'll see we are dealing significantly less damage with our ranged attacks than we are with our melee attacks. And that's going to be fairly consistent throughout the game. Although I believe the way that the skill works is expert causes... Yeah, expert reduces your recovery time, so master is the only thing that increases your damage because it causes you to fire two arrows at once. In Might and Magic 7 and in later games where they added the Grandmaster level of skill, that means that I think Master increases the damage you deal, or that might be Grandmaster. It might be that Master still causes you to shoot 2 arrows, and then Grandmaster increases the damage each arrow deals. Alright, it's quite a big room. Let's get us some more boys. There they are. Anything in this garbage pile, Lucy? Nope. Okay. I'm disappointed. I was hoping to pull something cool out of the garbage for you guys, and it just hasn't happened yet. Oh man, there's so many of them. Oh no, and now it's at night. They're more powerful. Not really, but, you know. Aha! Hey! Check that out. There was something in one of the garbage piles, finally. Yeah, we do not want to get cursed again. Skeletons are a lot harder to kill than spiders, even though they're still relatively fragile in melee, so they're worth throwing a couple spells at. You know, we have light magic. I should have gotten Destroy Undead. Couldn't find it, though. Not at the time that we were looking. Yeah, Destroy Undead's pretty good. It basically works in like a cone, if I remember correctly. So it's like all the undead that are on the screen that you can see. So if they are in your camera, they will be hit by the spell. And it just deals massive light damage to them. And they can do that because it balances out because, of course, the spell doesn't actually do anything to non-undead targets. So it evens out. Skull Pile of Insanity. Well, we don't have Cure Insanity, so we're not going to click on that one. We don't have Mind Magic at all. I feel like I'm getting a recurring message, though. Oh, hey! Someone's ring fell off in the soup, you guys. Awesome. Have a soup ring. Ah, these assholes. Oh, there were 5 of them. Jesus. Okay. Let's see. Crap. That's actually not terrible. But she can't dual wield yet, and it's not as good as the one that she has, the mage dagger that she's wearing. Because that's 2d2 plus 5, and this is plus 3. Let's see. How far in are we? Into the Temple of Ba or into the game in general? In either case, it's not really that far. Because we just got to the Temple of Ba, and so we only have... We're clearing out these caverns here. As far as the game, we've pretty much done all of New Sorpagal for the most part, and we're working on Ironfist. So we're just on the second map. And it's just now March. Whoop. So, yeah, we're level 7, working on level 8. If that's a better clue. We've done Goblin Watch, we did the Abandoned Temple of Ba back in New Sorpagal. And we've fought a lot of the baddies that are just kind of hanging out outside in the fields around Castle Ironfist.
Got another one.
Get out of my... Get away from my precious kneecaps. Oh, man. That was rough. There we go. Can we finish that spider off? Okay, that's fine. He's going to run. We're going to run too. And here's what we're going to do. We're pretty battered. I think we can keep going. But I think that we also probably need to do a little bit of healing before we do. I'm feeling that chain expert. We have got to get that going because our healers here, their response time is low, low, low. Alright. Yeah, you got to protect the healers, man. Without the healers, you know, there ain't no party like an adventuring party because an adventuring party don't stop until the healer is out of spell slots.
Got that one.
I play support in a lot of games, a lot of multiplayer games. I usually wind up playing support, and things you might not know about me. I'm a masochist, obviously, because I almost always play support, and in fact, I kind of enjoy it. So, like, I'm a Mercy main in Overwatch. I have literally 0 time on anyone else. She's the only character I play, although I'm looking hard at Baptiste. And not just because I don't think that there's any other way to look at him. You know, when I played Guild Wars 2, I played a Guardian. I did the staff combo where I was pretty much pure healing and resurrection buffs, that kind of thing. I always take that sort of role, generally. Now, in something like D&D, or Vampire the Masquerade, or what have you, like that kind of role-playing, I'm going to have more diverse roles. But in video games and multiplayer, like I said, I'm usually going to be support. And so, all of that to say, definitely do what your healer says, because without any support, there's not much of a game to be played, not much of a group. In Final Fantasy XIV, I used to main White Mage, and I still play White Mage some. I do Black Mage more now, but I don't hate White Mage. I just didn't like some of the changes they made to it when they increased the level cap from 60 to 70 with the Stormblood expansion. And so I slipped from that into Black Mage because DPS is a thankless job, but it also is just much lower responsibility. Oh my god, it's right on our heels. Quite literally. Get out of my heels. Get off. Fireball. Fireball! I have a friend who tells this story about an acquaintance of hers, a third or fourth hand person she knows, who does some LARPing, I guess, but he is still very much from the South, and wherever you are right now, I promise that whatever you think about the American South, it's mostly true. It is. It's mostly true. But a lot of the stereotypes are not true, and in fact, we do things like, play Dungeons and Dragons. We LARP. But it's different for us. It really is, because there's just something about when you have a guy in costume out there throwing his color-coded hacky sack, and as she tells the story, he's out there yelling, "Lightning bolt!" It's just, it's a different world. It really gives it a different feel. Oh, our torchlight went out. Don't like that. We definitely don't want to be in the dark with these guys, I don't think. Oh, our wizard eye went out too. Well, we want to know where they are. Oh, surprise, surprise, they're all around us. Do. Strategic withdrawal. See, there's that southern coming out, if you can't hear it anyway, which I'm sure that you can. That's... Hey, I'm a southerner running away. So, does that make it a strategic withdrawal? I guess? Yeah, that's fair. Like I say, you might not know that Southerners LARP, as if Civil War reenactment is not part and parcel with like the Southern identity to the point that South Park did an episode about it. So, I actually once did some Civil War reenacting myself. I don't regret it. I regret how many layers of wool I was wearing out in the hot sun. I definitely regret that. But it's not as bad, and thankfully it's not nearly as racist as you think. It's still pretty racist, though, guys. It really is pretty racist. It's just not 100% racist. But that's okay, because we don't count points in racism. It's pretty much binary. You is or you isn't. Is you is, or is you ain't a racist. Let's see. Magical Brew. Magical Brew. Okay, now at this point, Zoltan has had +5 permanent magical resistance. Should we start giving some to somebody else? Maybe Lucy? She's got a lot of hit points, though. Maybe it should be Debbie. She's a sorcerer. Makes sense she would know counter spells, you know. Makes sense that she wouldn't be as affected if somebody hits her with a lightning bolt. Debbie. Debbie, have some brew. Let's see, this is probably another steaming brew. No, it is magical brew. Okay. Alright. Well, that takes care of the 4 enormous caverns. Now, there's quite a bit more to this temple. And we've been going for a while. Actually, this is a bit longer than I tend to stream. So, I think this is probably a good place to cut it off. It's a terrible place to camp, but it's a good place to cut it off for now. I'm going to go ahead and re-up our spells, just because you never know. There we go. And, I'm going to give it a save and call it here, you guys. This is the first time that we've actually had to stop in the middle of a dungeon. Now, given we did do a lot outside of the dungeon before we came in here. There's quite a bit going on in Castle Ironfist. But this is a big dungeon. This is a sizable one. And unlike Goblin Watch, where a lot of it is kind of in straight lines or loops around, you'll see that there's a bunch of different sections to this temple. So there is quite a bit going on, but what I'd like to do is I'm going to go ahead and bid you goodbye here, and we're going to come back and finish this next week, and then we're going to do another dungeon. So I want you guys to be thinking about, for when you come back, are we going to do the Dragoon's Caverns, or are we going to infiltrate the Shadow Guild hideout and try to rescue Sherry? Now, of course, we can do both, but I want to plan for one because we got to finish this one first. So this is kind of a big milestone. The first time that we have to stop in the middle. So think about that. Rescue Sherry or find the harp. What order do you want to do those in? And, you know, feel free to hit me up if you are, you know, are watching this on Twitch. That's awesome. If you're not already following me, give me a follow. And I'll upload this on YouTube later. So if you're watching it on YouTube, then, you know, come back over to my Twitch stream or Twitch channel and give me a follow there. Turn your notifications on, and hit me up on Twitter. You can find my Twitter linked down below my Twitch and my YouTube information in the description of the video. So feel free to tweet at me and tell me which dungeon you'd like us to do in the meantime. And thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate you playing with me again. It's always wonderful to have you along, and it really does add something fresh and new and awesome to the game to be doing it with a group like this. So thank you for playing, thank you for making this great, and thank you for enjoying this Might and Magic with me. So until next Saturday, I'll see you then.